Welcome back to Rockport, where nitrous is banned and excuses get crushed. Episode 7 kicks off with heat, hustle, and Blacklist number 10, Baron, watching from the shadows. The stakes higher, the cars faster, and me still flying without boost. Let's make some noise without using nitrous. Alright, let's open episode 7 with a bang. And what better way to do it than with a speed trap race? No shortcuts, no nitrous, just pure throttle discipline and perfectly timed corner exits. In this game mode, it's not about who finishes first. It's about who flies through those radar zones like a missile on wheels. This is where precision meets adrenaline. Every turn, every drift, every gear shift counts. One slip, and you're just a blur on someone else's highlight reel. And remember, we're running this challenge without nitrous, which means no cheap speed boosts. Just me, my ride, and raw skill behind the wheel. Speed traps might favor the overtuned, nitrous chugging crowd, but we're here to prove that control beats chaos. Baron might be watching from his fancy Porsche, thinking I can't hang with the big boys. But he's got another thing coming. This race isn't just a warm-up, it's a warning shot. So buckle up, rev hard, and get ready to paint the Rockport radar screens with pure horsepower. Let's show him what velocity without violence looks like. Alright, heat's already rising from that speed trap, and now it's time for a full throttle run across Rockport in a sprint race. One start line, one finish line, and 0 second chances. This isn't just about speed. This is about rhythm, focus, and keeping your head cool while the world blurs past your windows. Every sprint race in Most Wanted is a love letter to chaos. Tight corners, freeway straights, traffic ambushes, and those sneaky hairpins that send cocky racers into walls. But here's the twist. I'm doing it all with no nitrous. That means every single shift, every overtake, and every drift has to be surgically precise. You see, Most Wanted doesn't hold your hand. One mistake, and the AI flies past you like they're on rails. But that's what makes it so rewarding, beating them with nothing but real racing instincts. These aren't just cars I'm passing, they're stepping stones on the way to Blacklist number 10. And after Big Lou's Eclipse 8 dust, Baron's Porsche better start prepping its last wheel and tire pressure. And let's talk scenery. Rockport sprint tracks throw everything at you. Industrial zones, winding hills, slick city streets, even rain-soaked roads that test your breaking point nerve. And through it all, I've got my foot down, eyes locked, and heart racing at red line. I'm not just chasing the finish line, I'm chasing legacy. This isn't a casual joyride, it's a high-speed statement. And when that final checkpoint blinks past and the screen screams, first place, just remember, I did it without a single drop of nitrous. This is Nebula Core Racing. And this is how legends are made. And just like that, the sirens start wailing. I'm halfway through the sprint race, laser-focused, slicing through traffic, and suddenly Rockport PD decides they want a piece of the action. This isn't just a race anymore. It's a war zone. The scanner lights up, all units, pursuit in progress, suspect is driving erratically at high speeds. Erratically? Buddy, this is precision racing at its finest. But they don't care. Now, I've got racers up front, heat on my tail, roadblocks on the horizon, and 0 nitrous to fall back on. And here's the kicker. Most Wanted's cop AI doesn't play fair. These guys are trained like military interceptors. They don't chase, they hunt. They'll box you in, pit maneuver you, send SUVs flying from blind spots. One mistake. You're watching a busted screen with Razor laughing in your face. But I'm not folding. This is where skill separates street punks from legends. I weave through the chaos like a ghost, dodging spike strips, using traffic like shields, baiting cruisers into walls like it's chess at 150 miles per hour. I may not have nitrous, but I've got something better: control. Every gear shift, every drift, every brake tap is calculated. You know what's wild? The game's police radio chatter is actually modeled after real-life codes. When they call out Code 6, that's not just flavor text, they're labeling me as a threat. And when they say Code 3, that's full-on pursuit mode. I'm not just racing anymore. I'm officially a wanted driver. The sirens grow louder. The barricades grow tighter. But I grow sharper. This race, it just became personal. Let the racers run for the podium. I'm running for freedom. This is where Most Wanted shines. No cutscenes, no scripts, just raw adrenaline in a living, breathing city that wants to cage you. And me, I'm still in it. Still focused. Still flying. Come get me, Rockport. I'll even drive slower, just to make it interesting. Alright, buckle up, because we're not just running anymore. We're checking boxes, dodging spikes, smashing state property, and dancing with roadblocks like it's a demolition prom night. This ain't your average escape plan. This is a full-on milestone massacre. We've got 4 goals: rack up 10,000 bounty, cause $40,000 in cost to state, survive a 5-minute pursuit, and dodge 4 roadblocks like I'm starring in Fast and Furious, Rockport Drift. All of this, with cops who think I'm public enemy number 1. And remember, I'm still running this challenge with No Nitrous. Every move counts now. Every pit maneuver I dodge, every donut stand I obliterate, every poor highway sign that gets yeeted into orbit, it all builds toward those sweet, sweet milestone stats. The bounty system in Most Wanted, it's not just numbers, it's your street resume. Smash a patrol car, plus 250. Take one out with creative geometry and a parked truck, boom, that's plus 500. And the more chaos I unleash, the more the police escalate. Helicopters start hovering. SUV rhinos start charging. Spike strips show up like they're on a timer. It's not a chase, it's a war of attrition. The cost to state meter? That's like my unofficial scorecard for destruction. And trust me, I'm treating the city like a very angry sandbox. Toll booths, smashed. Parked cruisers, flattened. Storefronts. Sorry, Rockport, I'm redecorating your block, one shattered window at a time. And those roadblocks, ah yes, the grand finale. They think 2 cruisers parked at 45 degrees is going to stop me? Buddy, I'm threading that gap like I'm on a sewing machine. Sometimes I break through, sometimes I slip around, and sometimes, just sometimes, I use the environment to make those roadblocks wish they stayed in traffic school. And here's a cool Most Wanted fact for you. Did you know that if you dodge 4 roadblocks in a single chase, the game treats it like a major achievement in the early Blacklist levels? That's how you unlock respect and heat. The more you dodge, the hotter it gets. This is all about survival now. 5 minutes is the bare minimum to clock in that milestone timer. But for me, I'm turning this pursuit into performance art. You see smoke and sirens. I see progress bars filling up. And through it all, the engine roars, the tires screech, and somewhere in Rockport, racers watching this unfold and sweating. This pursuit, it's not about escaping, it's about proving that even without nitrous, I'm the most dangerous driver in the city. No shortcuts, no boosts, just skills, nerves of steel, and a burning desire to make Blacklist number 10 regret being next. Now let's hit those roadblocks. Bring it on, boys.
Get me more cover now.
It's 4, Charlie 2. I'm clearing units right now.
Code 6 not slowing down. I'm forcing them off the road.
You hear those sirens? That helicopter circling above? Yeah. Rockport's turning up the heat, but here's something they don't know. Did you know that Most Wanted's heat system was actually inspired by real-world criminal profiling? The game scales aggression based on your driving history, so the more reckless I get, the nastier they become. And right now, I've got Rockport PD frothing at the mouth. But here's the crazy part. Under all this chaos, there's a system ticking like clockwork. Every cop call-out, every Code 3, or suspect just rammed a unit. It's not random. The devs at EA literally recorded over 300 custom voice lines to simulate real police comms, and it was so detailed, Fans thought they used actual scanner audio. Sometimes, if you listen closely between the tire screeches and engine howls, you'll hear one of them say, "He's driving like he wants to be caught." But they're wrong. I'm not driving to get caught. I'm driving to make history. Every pursuit in this game is a symphony of destruction. Street signs are percussion. Crashing SUVs are backup vocals. And I'm the lead guitarist, shredding through Rockport one pursuit breaker at a time. And here's one more secret. The damage model in Most Wanted? It's completely fake. Those wrecked bumpers, broken windshields, they don't affect performance. It's all visual. You can be half a car, trailing smoke, and still outrun a Rhino SUV at full throttle. So bring the damage. Let the sparks fly. I'll wear every dent like a medal. Cops may chase, but legends, they leave pursuit breakers in their rearview mirror.
Can't get around this guy.
Dispatch Bravo 27, we've been monitoring the pursuit. We've set up a roadblock just ahead of the position.
He's into a gas station. Stand by 1070. Into a gas station. We need an FD response stop.
Members, be advised, this suspect was last seen southbound through the campus interchange. Quadrant to be set up around the area. Coordination will be handled TAC 2.
I just left the Rockport Police Department in ruins. Dodged rhinos, shattered roadblocks, lit up the city like it was a demolition derby on wheels. Milestones, crushed, cost to state. Let's just say the taxpayers are gonna feel this one. Only one box left unchecked, that cursed photo ticket. But that can wait, because right now, it's time for another kind of chaos. Sprint race. No laps, no rewinds. Just point A to point B, with every traffic cone, tunnel curve, and speed camera ready to eat paint. The kind of race that doesn't ask if you're fast, it demands if you're fearless. And today, I'm behind the wheel of a machine tuned not for comfort, but for conquest. The Audi 3.2 FSI Quattro. All-wheel drive grip, German precision, and a growl under the hood that says, "Get out of my lane or get folded like a traffic sign." But don't get it twisted. This ain't a luxury cruise through downtown. This is Rockport, and Rockport doesn't care about torque curves or 0 to 60 times. It throws buses in your way, traffic pileups on blind turns. It sets up choke points where milliseconds mean the difference between victory and getting T-boned by a garbage truck. It's a jungle, except the predators are painted in black and white and carry spike strips. Every sprint race in this game is a full-throttle movie set. No resets. No director yelling, "Cut." You mess up, you live with it. And if you blink for a second, the finish line will become a funeral procession. This is what I live for. And sure, the cops are licking their wounds right now, probably wondering how I slipped past 4 roadblocks like I was playing hopscotch with steel. But let them watch. Because now it's time to remind Rockport why I don't run races. I rewrite them. Alright, folks, buckle up, because the next stretch of chaos is a toll booth race. And while that might sound like the most boring thing since driver's ed theory class, trust me, in Need for Speed, Most Wanted, toll booth races are where speed, stress, and sheer stupidity collide like 3 SUVs on a rainy highway. This ain't your average checkpoint challenge. No opponents, no distractions, just the ticking time bomb in the corner of the screen and Rockport throwing every bus, barrier, and brain-dead civilian driver right into your racing line. See, the goal here is simple. Blast through every toll booth before the clock runs out. Sounds easy, right? Yeah, until you realize that the timers were programmed by a gremlin who hates joy and wants you to cry mid-corner. And here's something most players never notice. When you're doing a toll booth race, the traffic density actually ramps up compared to regular time trials. Why? Because the devs wanted it to feel like a real highway gauntlet. Ever wonder why that one-box truck always appears at the exact worst time? Not an accident. It's coded chaos. Also, random fact time. The toll booths themselves? They serve no real purpose. Like, Rockport doesn't even charge tolls. Ever. These booths don't open, don't scan Easy Pass, don't even say thank you. It's like they exist just to insult you and your time management skills. And don't get me started on the game's logic. You can total 10 grand worth of public property, hit a tree, fly into a billboard, bounce off a traffic pole like a pinball. And as long as you hit that booth before the timer hits 0, it's all good. Yep, totally fine, officer. I paid, metaphorically. And let's talk car. Today, I'm still behind the wheel of the Audi 3.2 FSI Quattro. A car built for European highways, but somehow now doubling as my escape pod through Rockport's urban madness. This machine sticks to the road better than a YouTube comment war, and with these upgrades, it's like riding a caffeine-fueled rhino with GPS. There's no rubber banding here. No AI racers to blame. Just me, the road, and a rapidly approaching toll booth that might as well be a finish line wrapped in concrete. Let's get through these booths like a ghost on fast forward. No nitrous. No excuses. No mercy. Because in this challenge, the only thing more painful than crashing is hearing that you were too slow voice after missing the final booth by 0.02 seconds.
Can you give me more info on that call?
Complete and hung up before we could get a description.
You ever feel like the universe is just waiting for you to go full throttle before throwing the entire law enforcement budget at your rear bumper? Well, guess what? We're back in the middle of a race, and the boys in blue just crashed the party again. One moment I'm flying through a sprint race checkpoint, the next, sirens, helicopters, half of Rockport's PD spawning out of thin air like magic tricks powered by pure annoyance. And let's be honest, when the cops show up mid-race, it's no longer about winning. It's about surviving long enough to remember what the finish line even looked like. And these aren't your average donut-chasing officers. No, these guys are built different, trained in teleportation, equipped with SUV battering rams, and somehow coordinated enough to form a rolling blockade while still shouting 10 to 59, we're going for the box. The real question is, how did they even find me? Fun fact, in Need for Speed, Most Wanted, the game's pursuit system tracks your heat level per car. That means if you've been running wild in the Audi, the cops remember. You're like their most wanted bedtime story. Once upon a time, a suspect evaded pursuit, and now we wake up screaming about it. Another little-known gem? The voice actors for the police radio were actually trained in real police procedure. That's why they drop codes like 10 to 75, visual lost, and code 6 with chilling authenticity. So while you're flooring it through traffic, the cops are practically podcasting a documentary on your demise. And let's not ignore the absurdity here. I'm in the middle of a sanctioned street race. Yeah, I said sanctioned, because who else is setting up these checkpoints? And the cops just jump in like it's Smash Brothers. No invitation, no RSVP, just chaos. He's headed northbound on Camden Beach, they scream, as I slip between two trucks by the width of a pixel and launch off a broken fence like a budget stuntman. This is where the game blurs the line between racing sim and full-blown escape thriller. And me. I'm not just a racer now, I'm a fugitive with a finish line fetish. No nitrous, no backup plans, just raw grip, wild drifts, and a Quattro drivetrain that's working overtime like it owes me money. They want me boxed in? I say we box them out. They want to spike strip my dreams? I'll just fly over them in slow motion like a Fast and Furious deleted scene. Because in Rockport, a race isn't over when the lap ends. It ends when the last cop gives up, or flips over a log truck I accidentally nudged into traffic. And trust me, I'm just getting warmed up.
Charlie 21. Please update. Supervisor monitoring and requesting sit rep.
got it. We go after him here. Road up ahead is blocked off. He doesn't want to stop. He's still going. BCD closing in on his last known direction. I got a visual here, code 3. MVA, repeat, MVA. Still mobile through the bus station. I'm trying to get in front of him. Yeah, we'll advise if he slows down. 1070, suspect with no gas station. 1070, code 3, gas pumps have ignited. Still we're on him. Oh, no good. Oh, my vehicle's shutting down on me here. Yeah, I'm dropping back. Okay, I lost him. I need a quadrant set up here, dispatch. So let's see if we can get him to go to ground.
Unit heading up to the code 3 chase. Suspect was last reported heading north near the Omega Power Station. Containment is to include immediate area and everything west of his last known direction of travel. Wait out for further info.
This is it. The last toll booth race before I challenge Baron. One more run through Rockport's time-stamped gauntlet. No traffic, no distractions, just raw checkpoints, rising tension, and the sound of my engine screaming at the clock like it owes it money. Every toll booth race in Most Wanted is like a sprint against fate. You're not racing anyone, but you're racing everything. Time, weather, busted roads, bad turns, and your own bad decisions. And right now, this Audi, it's dialed in like a sniper shot. All-wheel drive precision. Brake upgrades holding tighter than a cop on your tail. No nitrous, no cheats, just pure torque and tenacity. Funny thing is, toll booth races are kind of the unsung heroes of the Blacklist ladder. People remember the drags, the sprints, the chases, but these races, they train you, make you sharper, more focused. You miss a corner here, you're done. You lift off the gas for 1 second too long, and the whole race becomes a countdown to regret. And here's a little-known detail about these events. The toll booth checkpoints aren't just random gates. They're actually timed with a margin that tests your car's tier level. If you're driving a slower car or have missed even one upgrade, good luck. But if you've mastered your ride, every second feels like a victory. Speaking of upgrades, this Audi may have started life as a grocery getter for luxury dads, but now, it's a fire-breathing, checkpoint-eating beast with the soul of a race car and the heart of an outlaw. I didn't just buy this thing. I baptized it in pursuit, tuned it in fury, and raced it through every form of urban warfare Rockport could throw at me. And while I'm gunning through these streets, here's a fun fact to chew on. The toll booth mode was inspired by the old-school checkpoint racing format from the early NFS titles, like Need for Speed, Porsche Unleashed. EA brought it back with a twist, throwing traffic, tighter turns, and punishing time gaps into the mix. A nod to the past, with a fistful of stress. The sceneries flying by, storefronts, bridges, rolling fog. Rockport streets feel familiar now, like a rival I've grown to respect. Every shortcut is second nature. Every jump, a calculated risk. And the closer I get to that final gate, the louder that voice in my head gets. Baron's watching. Don't choke now. He's up next. Blacklist number 10. Porsche Cayman S, all smug and polished. But if I clear this last toll booth, I'll be knocking on his door and probably crashing through it. This is the moment that separates racers from legends. So I push harder, brake later, trust my instincts. And when that final gate flashes green and the timer freezes in place, I won't just be ready to face Baron, I'll be ready to bury him. Let's make this last checkpoint count. Before I knock on Baron's door, it's time for a little tune-up and a makeover. Performance tweaks, locked in, and the look. Let's just say, if I'm coming for your pink slip, I'm gonna do it in style. Baron's Porsche may be shiny, but this Audi? It's about to roll out looking like revenge on 4 wheels. And just like that, the moment arrives. The air in Rockport gets heavier when you're this close to cracking the top 10. Baron, Blacklist number 10, isn't just some punk with a Porsche Cayman S. He's the gatekeeper, the threshold, the final warning before the real legends begin. His car's sleek, his upgrades are maxed, and he thinks his name carries weight on these streets. But here's the thing, names don't scare me. Nitrous doesn't scare me. And that Cayman, it's about to get humbled by a machine that doesn't even breathe boost. They say Baron made it this far with precision and pride, flaunting his speed like a badge. But he's never raced someone doing it raw. No nitrous, no shortcuts, just skill, grit, and every upgrade earned through sweat and broken bumpers. This ain't just another race, it's a message. For every Blacklist racer watching from the shadows, waiting for their turn, I'm not here to play. I'm here to take everything. So buckle up, Baron. You've been safe at number 10 for way too long. But the No Nitrous outlaw's in town, and your reign ends at the next finish line. And boom, Baron bites the dust, and his precious Porsche? Now parked in my garage. That's one more name off the blacklist and one more trophy for the No Nitrous outlaw. If you enjoyed watching this takedown, don't forget to smash that like button, drop a comment on your favorite race moment, share this with a fellow NFS fan, and of course, subscribe to Nebula Core Gaming, because the next Blacklist racer won't know what hit him. See you in the next episode.